They say time is money, right? And I think that's especially true in sales.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I was reading that a bad sales hire
Oh, yeah.
can cost a company like tens of thousands of dollars
Wow.
in lost revenue and productivity.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So today,
Yeah.
we are diving deep into how to use ChatGPT to avoid that and make sure your next sales hire is amazing. We have this great resource from the Sales Experts
Oh, nice.
about how to really make sure you get it right.
That's super relevant these days. I feel like AI is everywhere,
Yeah.
but seeing how it can be used for like practical challenges, like finding the best people, that's what's really fascinating.
Exactly. And this article from the Sales Experts has so many insights about how to use this technology to really make smarter hiring decisions.
I'm excited to dive in.
Yeah, me too. So let's get into it. One of the first things they emphasize is using ChatGPT for candidate research. So, I mean, we all look at LinkedIn profiles these days, but how can AI actually take things to that next level?
Well, it's all about going deeper than just what's on a resume, right?
Right.
So imagine using ChatGPT to like analyze someone's whole online presence. Like, what are they saying in industry forums? What are they writing about in blog posts?
Oh, interesting.
You can really start to get a much deeper picture of how they think, how they communicate, you know, their actual expertise.
It's almost like it's like an AI assistant doing a background check on their actual thought leadership, not just like their job history, which is super interesting. But then we also have to think about how the candidates are using AI, right?
Right.
Because this article also mentioned that ChatGPT can be used
for sure
to help job seekers prepare for those like tough interview questions. What do you think about that?
Well, practice makes perfect, right? We all know that.
Of course.
But this is more than just memorizing answers.
Yeah.
Candidates can actually go through like mock interviews with ChatGPT.
Oh, wow.
Get feedback on how they're doing.
Interesting.
Really refine their responses.
That's like having a 247 interview coach.
Yeah, exactly.
For anyone who has internet, which is pretty incredible.
Especially if you don't have access to like the traditional coaching, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I do worry though, like, will everyone start to sound the same if they're all
That's a good point.
using these AI tools? So how do we like still make sure we're hiring for authenticity and, you know, finding people who are actually good fit for our team?
Well, I mean, that's where the human element is still so important. Like ChatGPT can definitely help people prepare.
Right.
But it's up to us to ask really good questions.
Yeah.
You know, questions that dig deeper than just those rehearsed answers to assess those things that are harder for AI to replicate, like critical thinking or emotional intelligence or how someone handles a curveball.
Right, because you can't really prepare for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like it really comes down to like using these tools strategically, not just like blindly relying on them.
100%. I think it's about being smart and intentional.
Yeah, so both sides of the table need to be prepared. What's another way that you think sales leaders can use ChatGPT to find the right people?
Well, the sales experts had this really interesting point about using ChatGPT to actually write really targeted job descriptions.
Oh, interesting.
So you can put in all the specific skills, the experience, even personality traits that you're looking for.
Wow.
And ChatGPT can help you create
That's so smart.
a really compelling job ad that attracts the right candidates.
Because we spend so much time on those descriptions
It's
trying to like get them right. And it's like, this can really help streamline and get laser focused on who we want. I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's say we've got our pool of candidates. Right. How can ChatGPT help like streamline the actual interview process?
You know, there's a lot of potential there. Think about using it to analyze all those candidate responses, right?
Yeah.
Like look for keywords, look for patterns, even red flags.
Oh, wow.
It can help you sort through all those applications much faster.
Yeah, especially when you have a ton of people applying. That can be so helpful.
Totally.
What about after we hire someone, though?
Okay.
The sales experts also talked about using ChatGPT to onboard and train new hires. What were they suggesting there?
Well, think about all the stuff that new hires have to learn, right? Product knowledge, all the sales processes, company policy, all of it. And ChatGPT can actually be used to create like a personalized tutor, you know, to deliver all that information in a really engaging, interactive way.
So instead of like throwing manuals at them and like death by PowerPoint, it's more personalized.
Right. And much more efficient.
Interesting.
And it leads to, faster ramp-up times, better productivity, and ultimately more sales success.
Exactly. I like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's all about making the most of the tools we have.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about, finding those really creative uses for AI. Right?
That's really it.
Things that can really make a difference in how we find, train, keep the best sales talent.
I think you're right. I'm, kind of blown away by how much potential there is with all this. And this conversation's got me thinking about ChatGPT for sales training in general.
Oh, interesting.
Not just hiring, right?
Yeah.
How could we use this to train our teams?
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting. The sales experts actually touch on that in this article.
Okay.
They talk about how ChatGPT can create these personalized learning experiences.
Can you give me an example of what that would look like?
Absolutely. So let's say you have a new sales rep who's struggling to close deals.
Okay, yeah. Happens all the time.
Right. So you can use ChatGPT to analyze their call recordings, figure out where they're losing momentum, and then it can actually generate customized training scenarios to help them practice those closing techniques.
So it's like a virtual role-playing partner.
Exactly.
To help them really get that pitch down.
Handle objections.
All that. Yeah. And the best part is ChatGPT can adapt to different learning styles, different skill levels.
Yeah.
It can give feedback in real time, offer suggestions, track progress.
It's amazing that it's not one size fits all, right?
Exactly.
Because everyone learns.
Yeah. Everyone's different. And ChatGPT can kind of tailor that training to each person's needs.
And what about for ongoing coaching? Could we use it for that too? Oh, absolutely. I mean, sales managers could use it to analyze team performance data, right?
Mm-hmm.
See if there are any trends and then give really targeted feedback.
It's like having an AI-powered sales coach in your pocket.
Always there to help you. And, as AI gets even better, we can only imagine what's possible with sales training and development. We're just getting started.
That's really exciting, I think. It sounds like ChatGPT can not only help us find great salespeople, but also help our current teams get even better.
It's a win-win.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
This is really cool stuff, but, like with anything new, I'm sure there are some challenges and things to watch out for.
Definitely.
What are some things you think sales leaders should be thinking about as they're, starting to experiment with ChatGPT?
Well, one of the things the sales experts mentioned was data privacy and security.
Okay, yeah.
We're talking about a lot of sensitive information here about candidates, about our sales processes.
Right.
So it's really important to work with reputable AI providers and make sure you have those strong security measures in place.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of it all.
Totally.
And forget about the legal and ethical side of things.
Absolutely.
What else should we be mindful of?
Well, another thing to think about is bias.
Okay.
AI models are trained on huge amounts of data, and if that data has biases in it, it's going to show up in the results.
Right. That makes sense.
So we need to be really careful about how we're selecting that data and also look for tools that are specifically designed to try and promote fairness and equity.
Yeah, we don't want to be using this to make things worse.
Exactly. We want to make things better.
So how can sales leaders make sure they're using ChatGPT and all these AI tools ethically?
Well, the sales experts recommended establishing some really clear guidelines for your organization.
Yeah.
So that means things like defining when it's okay to use these tools, setting boundaries on who can access the data, and having really solid training programs so that everyone knows how to use them responsibly.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So for those listening who are like, okay, I'm ready to try this out, what would you recommend as a good first step?
Well, the sales experts actually have a really great resource on their website. It's a free guide to using ChatGPT for sales success.
Cool.
It covers all the basics,
Okay.
has some practical tips, and even has some sample prompts to kind of get you started.
Perfect. I think we'll link that in the show notes, too.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I also want to encourage everyone to connect with the sales experts on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're always sharing, amazing insights and best practices.
We're the best.
So this has been a really awesome deep dive into AI and sales. We've talked about how ChatGPT can totally change the game when it comes to hiring and training and how to make sure we're using it responsibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the biggest takeaway is that AI has huge potential to help us all be more successful in sales.
100%. It's a really exciting time.
So if you're ready to take your sales game to the next level, the sales experts can help you get there.
They got you covered.
Head over to the website, download that free guide,
Yeah.
connect with them on LinkedIn.
Definitely.
Good luck out there.
Good luck.